welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my kitchen. Today I will be making a very famous Nigerian dish called Efo Riro and popularly known as vegetable soup. So if you like this video and want to see more of it, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your sisters, tell your enemies, and you'll see more of me around. Thank you. To begin with, I'm going to be preheating the pot for a few seconds, then I'm going to be adding the palm oil when the pot is a bit warm. I'm just going to leave the palm oil to bleach properly before adding onions. Now that the palm oil is properly bleached, I'm going to be adding my onions and I'm going to be using the palm oil to saute my onions for 45 seconds. There is something I also like to do while sauteing my onions. I like to add Maggi. You can use other seasoning if you don't want to use Maggi, just to make the onions more tasty. Now that the onions are properly sauteed, I'm going to be adding my pepper mix into the onions. I already blended the pepper earlier and also drained all the water from the pepper because this sauce is you're supposed to be able to control the water in the sauce. Vegetable doesn't really permit so much. I'm just mixing the pepper mix with the already sauteed onions, and I'm just going to let this mix just sit for a while and cook.
To avoid the sauce from burning, occasionally I'm going to be stirring it so that the base doesn't get burnt.
I'm just going to be covering it up and leave it to cook properly.
Now I can see that my sauce is properly cooked. I can see the palm oil coming up from the sauce. I'm going to be adding my ingredient into the sauce. I'm going to be using the stockfish. I already washed the stockfish with very hot water. Just putting the stockfish in. Now I'm just going to stir that together, then continue adding the other ingredients.
Now I'm going to be adding Maggi into the sauce. I'm going to be using a bit of crayfish and also salt to taste. Now I'm just going to be stirring everything together.
I'm just using the beef stock as my water instead. I'm using a very, very little quantity. And then I'm going to stir everything in. Mix it properly. I'm going to cover it up and allow it to cook properly. This vegetable soup, I'm using 2 different types of vegetable leaf. I'm using ugu and I'm using Efo spinach. Apparently, I forgot filming when adding my ugu vegetable inside, and I'm really sorry about that. Ugu is really hard, it's harder than spinach and it needs more time to cook, so I'm going to leave this here for like 3 minutes before adding my spinach. Now I'm going to be adding spinach into the sauce. I already washed the spinach earlier, washed it 3 times with cold water, and also then blanked it with very hot water, just to ensure that you take away all the water from the spinach, because spinach produces a lot of water and you don't want this to be like a pool of water. I'm just going to mix everything together and then leave it to cook. Now the Efo Riro is ready, and then it's time to devour. Yeah, you can serve Efo Riro with rice, with amala. I think that's yam flour. With pounded yam, with plantain boiled or fried plantain. I'm going to be having this with rice and plantain. You're so welcome to come join me.